Hi guys, I know I've sent out quite a few emails and messages recently just about the upward trend of the business. Things are going up, and I'm talking about this across the networks. I'm doing it just to try and keep the inspiration for everyone to keep pushing forward and to cut across this negativity in a lot of news, social media. And yes, I know that we're in challenging times, but we still move things forward, and you need to move things forward. If you're struggling mentally a little bit, then maybe get in touch. But despite this upward trend, people doing more sales, there's a subject cropping up more and more, and that is financial control, or quite frankly, lack of financial control. And I'm talking about many that are seen as very successful in the network. I'm talking about people that got good sales. And I think it's important to remember that sales is vanity, profit is sanity, and cash is reality. And you need to recognise that. This is not all about sales. You need to understand your business. So even if you're in a good place with your financials and your finances, I still recommend that you read or you listen to this and hopefully give you some pointers. And I've written everything out in the email below, so you don't want to watch the video, just read it. And you have to remember, I'm an accountant, I'm a trained accountant, and even I need a prompt or two from time to time. I'm actually just at the cricket here. And I'll be honest enough to tell you that, I've been guilty of not following some of the recommendations that I make. From time to time, we kind of fall off some of the habits that we do, but it's never too late to change. My team are always on my case, reminding me, and we've been tightening things up recently because we lost a little bit of control in one or two places, and it was just beginning to bite and hurt. So we've had to make change. So you're never perfect in business. You constantly look to improve, and that's something that we do. So I hope that this email or this video acts as a bit of a reminder to never stop exercising good financial control and discipline, or it prompts you to take some action, some immediate action, to start changing things for the better, because we all run our own businesses. We all have the ability to affect change. So here are the facts. The simple fact is you cannot run a business and maintain your sanity without good financial control and discipline. Period. That you can't argue with that. So what does it mean? And I've just chosen a few things. Things like keeping your ops system always up to date. That is a big tick in the box. Number two, that you understand that the money in your bank account is not all yours. I think this is one of the biggest problems we've had, people getting money in an account and spending it. And what you have to do when you make money is you have to budget and allocate the money that you collect so that you can pay your bills as and when they fall due and payable. And I appreciate some people are trying to catch up on things, but it's really important you know where you put your money. You know the profit that you're making, monthly. You've got management accounts that tell you what money you're making. You know and understand your break-even point. This is the point where the amount of sales that you make will cover all your business and personal expenses. It's a really, really key thing. If you don't know your break-even point, you don't know when you're really making money. Because if you think about it, for most of the month, you're just paying the bills. And at a certain point, you then start making profit. Number 6 is keeping your business and your personal things privately. So you pay money from the business into your personal account, and you keep the two things very, very separate. You make sure you get paid for every job before you leave, and there might be a few exceptions about contracts or commercial customers, but I can tell you now, even some commercial customers have the ability to pay you on completion. They just won't offer it. They certainly won't tell you, but if you ask the question and ask enough, you will probably get there more often than you think. And then when you're on larger jobs that you can't get many upfront money for, I'll definitely have a deposit, particularly if you're buying stuff specific for that job. Number 9, cash should always be the last resort of accepting payments from customers. I know some people disagree with this, but cash burns a hole in your pocket. It's simple as, and people think it's great getting cash. It's complete BS. And if you get cash off customers, either pay it into your bank account or transfer some money from your personal bank account into your business account so you can track all your money. So effectively, it's like drawing money out of the business when you take cash. But honestly, getting cash, it just burns a hole in your pocket. And then avoid using cash to pay for things. Set up your trade accounts, pay for things on card, keep receipts, use Receipt Bank, use Dex, use one-tap receipts, but record your expenses. There's no point just being heavy and recording your sales but don't know where you're spending your money. You need to know who owes you money. So if you do walk away from a judge, you know who that is. You don't lose control of that. And if you use the ops system properly, it will tell you. So again, keep the ops system up to date, and it'll do all those things for you. You should have a system for ordering only the stock you need. If you order more stock than you actually used, then effectively you're increasing your working capital. So you're effectively putting more money into your stock, and that's reducing your cash balance. So again, some people are proud to say they've bought so much stock. Well, you should be buying stock on a regular basis, irrelevant to how much you've used. Obviously, you need to register your business for VAT. When your sales exceed £85,000. Again, we've got more and more people going to that level, and it's a decision you need to make. You don't have to go there, but again, you need to register it, and obviously you need to deliver your tax returns and pay your tax every year. So these are really obvious things, but it's just so important. And on another note, just to maybe push you a little bit further, the government have got this thing called Making Tax Digital. So that means I think 2024, which is only around the corner, you'll have to declare your figures to the HMRC every 3 months. So there's no hiding it. You're going to have to do that, irrespective. Otherwise, you'll be breaking the law. So there's a lot of things coming up that's going to force this discipline anyway. So we might as well get on top of it now. So look, I've gone on a little bit, but they're the things that I think, or some of the things that make up good financial controls and disciplines, and it's about doing it. However, I would also definitely recommend getting a good bookkeeper. I know a number of the guys in the network are now getting monthly accounts from their bookkeeper, which is brilliant. They're saying it's changing the way they look at the business, which is fantastic. But it's important also to highlight that bookkeepers and accountants aren't magicians, they're not miracle workers, so you have to work with them, otherwise they don't have a chance. Now, you may think I'm going on a bit, maybe going on a bit hard, but I see these things on a regular basis, loads of things on a regular basis, and I'm just going to go through some of the things I hear that it's just completely wrong, and they're normally used as excuses to why they can't pay their bills or can't pay us even. They say that I don't have any money because I've just had to pay the VAT man. Well, that's an excuse, because that's wrong, because if you've paid the VAT man, you should have saved the VAT that you collected off your customers. So that's not an excuse. They say I have no money because I've just paid my tax bill, so my end of year tax bill. Again, that's wrong, because you should be allowing for your tax every month and putting it aside. They say they haven't got the money because they just had to buy stock, and again, no, that's not right, because if you've had to buy too much stock, you haven't budgeted properly. Simple as. I can't pay. People say I can't afford to pay for that. However, they can post on Facebook that they've had a big night out and had another holiday. Again, not getting priorities right, not budgeting properly. Again, it's something I see. I've seen it over the last 10 years. It annoys the hell out of me, but it happens, and people need to adjust. People saying I'm just waiting or hoping for a big quote to come off so I can get my bills paid. Well, actually, if you think about that, if you're waiting for future work to pay off your current bills, something's out of sync. And I would also say, which is always interesting, when they say they are, when they're saying they're trying to cover their bills, is that, or waiting for quotes, they haven't actually followed up with the customer to find out that's going to happen.